Okay, so now we are recording. I guess we can just go over some of these questions, so take as long as you need. I know that you haven't been in row racing for a while. Uh what how long has it been?
Like, like 6 months, pretty much. I think
Yeah, I'd say so.
5 months. Yeah.
So, one of our first questions is, where have you been? Like, what have you mainly been doing?
Well, there's been a collection of things with we brought back the Mardawg YouTube channel, which has now been renamed
Yep,
to Status of Rock,
I've
as
seen that.
most people know. Maybe not most people don't know, but um yeah, we brought it back after in like June, July, I think July it was, and
Yeah.
pretty good success bringing it back. A lot of videos. The most popular video I uploaded was top 10 largest NASCAR barrel rolls of all time after Ryan Preece had his flip. That video hit 240,000 views. So there was a lot of stuff and just the code videos. But the most recent video has been 2 weeks, so starting to kind of lose the uploading again. Only like 2 uploads in the past month on
Yeah.
that. Otherwise, it's been school, uh, and work. I haven't had a day since September 1st where I haven't had school or work in a day until
Oh,
today. Until today, so things are pretty busy when it comes down to that. So yeah.
yeah. So, one of our second questions is, why did you leave? And I guess in that previous question, you kind of covered it because, I mean, you had school and work probably, so.
Yeah, it came down to the busy elements, and just kind of just again the typical Mardawg burnout where I create
Yeah.
like a million series and then end in like short and then uh leave it. But that's kind of what happened. We had just finished up with D1, D2, D3 seasons, so it
Mhm.
was like, all right, well now we got no series left, so let's create some more. But then none of them have that same flair as those seasons. The modified series was pretty fun, but it just
Yeah.
got there were too many like drivers who weren't taking it like seriously,
Mhm.
which I can't blame them. The setups were pretty easy and the cars were pretty goofy, but
Yeah.
that was still pretty fun. But yeah, it was just kind of there's certain other things that I could have been doing instead of doing those races, so I decided to just take a break. It was a less abrupt break than some of the other times I've left.
Mhm.
I announced that I would be leaving instead, and then I removed everyone from the server, and then that was pretty much that.
All right. So, going on to our third question. A lot of us have actually noticed that, with Saigo Network, I was actually doing some research for this interview, and a lot of us noticed that there was a race one for SRS season 4. I guess one of the main questions is that, can people sign up, and will there be an entirely new SSRS server?
Um, yeah, so basically, I suppose we will announce it right here in this interview.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, I will be making a row racing return with the Sour Studios Racing Series Season 4. Basically, it will be a Discord server, but it's not going to be how it was in the past. It's only
Mm.
going to be one series with one division.
Okay.
Just which is why in the stream there's no D1, D2, or D3. It's
Yeah.
just one race. I gotta check. Everyone who's racing is handpicked by me based off skill, experience. So there's probably a lot of people who are gonna want to race who won't be able to. I got like
Yeah.
29 names for the series, and only 15 will be able to
Mhm.
qualify in as usual to avoid lag
Yeah.
problems. So, um, you are one of the picked out. So, but I don't know. We'll see if you're
We'll
able to make
see.
the times.
Yeah.
Um, let's take a look at. I'm gonna pull out more information. So, There's going to be the schedule. Will feature 20 scheduled races. They will happen once a week.
Okay.
So, instead of 20 races like last season with doing like 3, 4, 5 races a week
Yeah.
across 5 different divisions.
Because I know that
Just simple.
yeah, that took like a
Yeah.
massive toll on you, which probably led to your burnout.
Yeah. The races will be on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, so going a little
Alright.
later with that. So and there will be single car qualifying for the races. So it comes
That
down to
sounds good.
skill instead of the draft on those tracks.
Yeah.
The setups will be faster
Okay.
or more skilled than they were last season. You might have to lift on some tracks, but they'll still be full throttle.
Mhm.
Some of the tracks, but they won't be like slow.
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to go full throttle. The average speed. So when I looked at all the setups we have, the average speed amongst the 20 tracks, once you find the average of all the cars' max speed, 294 studs per second. So that's pretty quick across all tracks. It's pretty much only going to feature intermediate tracks. There will
Okay.
be no road courses or short tracks, because with road courses we would have to do group qualifying.
Yeah.
It would be harder it just isn't consistent.
Mhm.
The series will feature a full season points format. There will be no playoffs, so
That's good to hear.
yeah, it will be no playoffs. It will be a full season points format with the 2003 Winston style of points, aka the
Okay.
Polar Sprint series, if you remember that.
Yep.
Same points format there. But there will be no checkpoints. There will be you only get points for where you finish. You
Yeah.
don't get any points for fastest lap. You don't get any points for winning the pole. So maybe I'll give you 1 point for winning the
Yeah.
pole, which with the Winston format's very little. There'll be no stages in races. There will be
Okay,
no
that's
competition cautions. But there will be cautions. We'll go through that later. All drivers are picked by myself, so we got a full checklist of some rates, basically. And some other drivers who maybe aren't too great, but are still good friends, and
Yeah.
I just want them there. So some people might disagree with who I have on the list, but that's pretty much what it comes down to for that. But next on the information list I got here, we got so basically the only people allowed in the Discord server will be racers as of now.
Alright.
If I do allow other people who aren't racing, they won't be able to chat or anything, because I don't want people like begging, "Oh, can I join the league?"
Yeah, because that can get pretty annoying.
Yeah, then we gotta explain over and over again. No one will be able to join. Once the roster is picked out and someone leaves the league or gets banned, which probably won't happen, we are not gonna replace them with anyone else.
Yeah.
It'll just be, because we got like 20, maybe 30, 28 people gonna race in this, and on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and 15. All we need is just 15 to show up, so
Yeah.
we can have a full field. That's what I want. Races might be pushed back commonly. Things are still busy, but Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, nothing's usually going on then. So
Yeah.
I just decided to pick that time. But if I do have to work or something, races might be pushed back a week to the next Thursday. And I will be offline most of the time. I won't, I was really active back in the day. I was always chatting, it seemed like. I was always doing stuff, but I probably won't be online. I'll only be online if we're racing, obviously, or if, there's something going on. But, yeah, and then drivers can practice whenever they would like. We're still going to have the 2-track button. You can click if you're a driver and
Yeah.
practice. It's going to be important with single car qualifying. So we got somewhat skill set up on some tracks, so you're actually gonna have to find for qualifying the correct line. Points are awarded to those who don't qualify, kind of how we always have done. Like
Yeah.
if you 16th, you don't qualify, but you still get points, and so on. Failure to make the race, you still get points, but you get minus whatever off the last place finishers points. Same thing we've always done. And then, let's see. Yeah, that's all the information I pretty much have on the series that will be returning. As seen in the stream, the Saigo Network 500 at Saigo Network Motor Speedway will be the season opener. Daytona's just too crazy for a season opener. It's
Yeah.
just, Sayago Network Motor Speedway, it's a great racetrack. I think it's pretty much full throttle. Maybe with the draft, you might have to lift. I mean, it's gonna be pretty fun. It's gonna be a fun series.
Yeah. So, I actually have like a little side question where I noticed that you also had a Roblox game, which I believe you privated. I noticed that the thumbnail was the 2024 Ford Mustang Gen 7. So, I'm going to be assuming, will you be running the Gen 7s for this league?
Yes, we will be running. That's a good question. We will be running the next Generation 7 cars, and the 2024 Ford Mustang will be available. Paddywick found the template for that, but he lost it, so we're gonna have to find it. But
I actually know where you can find it. It's on Stun Auto Racing, I think. So.
Yeah, I think that's where he got it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll take a look at that. So we'll have the 2021, 2022 Mustang available, 2024 Mustang available, then the Chevy Camaro and the Toyota Camry is the only manufacturers. So Chevy, Ford, Toyota, next gen cars.
Sounds good. And then the fourth main question, and then afterwards there's going to be community questions, but the fourth main question is, what plans do you have for the future in your road racing, not career, but I guess just road racing in general, and if you'll be staying after season 4.
Yeah, so the plan is we're gonna have these 20 races across the next 5 months, and it's pretty much the only thing that we'll be doing. With me, you never know. Maybe there'll be another series, but I hope not, because if I'm talking about making another series, or if I do make one, try to talk me out of it, because that's just random motivation. That's random short-term motivation to just make a series, and it goes away after like 2 races. So
yeah.
But that's with multiple divisions. Season 4, I'm excited about all the racetracks. I think everything's gonna be really fun. And after that, I'll probably take a break again, and then next fall we'll be back for season 5.
Okay. So for the community questions, I'm actually going to start out with a personal question. So, do you remember Ion Formula Racing? Or any game like that?
Very, yes, but very, very far back in the memory.
Yeah. So, Ion actually came out with a new game called Ion Apex Racing, and there's a new A chassis in it where, as you know, A chassis handle very nicely, but there's no collisions. But in this new A chassis, they actually redid the suspension, and now there's a fully working collision model with no V-lag. What is your opinion on that?
That is very, 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 I haven't heard about that, so it's a very monumental moment for road racing, I'm sure.
It is.
That's very interesting. So, but in purposes of the season 4, we're gonna just continue with the cars we used for D1 last season.
Yeah.
The same physics and stuff, but yeah, maybe if I create a road course series or something, that would definitely be a benefit. If there is one series I would create, it would be the road course sprint challenge.
I know a lot of people enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was really fun. So if there's one I'd bring back, it would be that. But if I open another series, we need more drivers, because the drivers in the season 4 main series might not be able to make those, and if the Discord server's only gonna have, so we'll just stick with the season 4. But yeah, very interesting to hear that there is an A chassis. That's actually
collision system,
collisions and all that. So yeah.
So So now on to a more goofy question from TDR Autosport. I was collecting images, or not images, but like questions from other people recently, and one of TDR's questions was, did you truly run an illegal drug trade in Mexico?
No.
Okay then. Alrighty. So, on to the next question from GGGamer08, or Caleb, as you may know him as. Do you think the LMBO Racing Series is a SSRS clone or a SSRS ripoff?
At the time, No, when I was racing in it like 6 months ago, I thought it was fun. I mean, Sour Studios is like most leagues, you know? I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
Daniel had different tracks, different physics, different UI, different
Yeah.
ways of hosting, which weren't too good, in my opinion. I don't know what's going on over there now.
Yeah, he now has the Archimedes only series, which can be chaos. I feel like
So,
in the middle section he had like a ton of series, and now he's mainly focusing on the road course series and the Archimedes only series, and those can be chaotic, but it can be quite fun. So
has there been a finished season of the Archimedes full season? Like,
yes, there has been. So I believe Chris won that. Chris the King won that. So yeah.
yeah, I don't know if I'm going to return to actually racing in leagues, but
Yeah.
maybe in the Archimedes only series I'll make
Mhm.
a return, but I don't know.
Next question. I'm just going through these randomly. From Captain America, he asked, could he race in SSRS Season 4? And at this point, pretty much, is he on the list to race in Season 4?
Captain America. Let me see. Yes, he is on the list. He will be racing if he'd like, but I think due to the late times, I don't know if his time zone.
Yeah, because he's like 5 hours ahead, meaning it's like 1:30 a.m. Who knows though? So
Yeah, as you know, I remember he was barely able to make the D2 times in season 2, so unfortunate. I don't think he's gonna appreciate that like he didn't appreciate all the other times that we had, but he is on the list, but unfortunately, doesn't look like we'll be able to race in it unless he does stay up, but
yeah, I know 40s does that at times, but yeah. Another question from a recently new row racing owner, or row racing league owner, I guess you could say, from Al the Fourth. He runs an IndyCar league from our IRRA. He asked, "Do you like men?"
From a relationship standpoint, no, but you know, I got some friends that are just friends, you know.
Yeah. All right then.
These are some interesting questions, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Another topic of your relationship from Noob with 2 zeros. Are you single?
I'm not gonna disclose anything like that.
Okay then.
So
These are
what
some
you want.
weird questions. Alright, on to another one where it's like Sun Move Digger 230. Are you a goofy goober? Which we can all remember from Matthew.
Yeah.
Matthew
Matthew.
definitely was.
Is he still around?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Well, sadly, I don't have him on the checklist.
Oh
So-
no.
I don't think. Yeah, he's just I don't know, too. Just I don't know. The fate is it's been 6 months. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of these kids used to be kids. You know, so they're probably better. But you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't got a response.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a more serious question, I guess. From Fulai the Cheetah. Are you a fraud? I don't know what he means by that.
I don't know. It depends what they think. I don't know.
Yeah. Now he was from Rostock. What's your opinion on Rostock and the fact that nearly everybody in the dev team, thinks that your track sucked? I mean, I think they're alright.
Personally, I mean, for the standards of Rostock today, I think, the detail on them, I think the overall concepts of the tracks were pretty good, and they probably think
Yeah.
that, like, the concept of each track, but how the track was built with certain like the quality wasn't good.
Corner
And there's
wedges.
no like
Yeah.
and there's no detail. So I agree, and general opinions on Rostock. I think the game definitely has improved.
Yeah.
In fact, just an hour ago I was playing it for the first time in a long time.
Oh wow.
I was
So
able to see the
hopefully
UI.
you saw that now. I'm actually a track builder for Rostock. So
Oh.
currently there's the Nürburgring not Südschleife, the Zentrale Schleife in there, pretty much the central loop. And in the November update, there's going to be Sakuba coming, which I made. So it's going to have the oval, the road course, and the 1000 layout. So
Nice.
yeah,
That's nice.
and currently I'm cooking up a track right now called Antarctica International Raceway.
Rostock,
Oh yes,
you know the Rostock track, Turgor Pressure Speedway.
I think so. Yeah,
You know who built that?
I don't.
Because if there's one track that I think would be perfect for season 4, it would be that track. I was playing on it just an hour ago.
Ken, I'll try to get in contact with the owner and see if they'll loan out the track to you.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've tried to get tracks from him before and it never went well, so we'll see. But I'm willing to pay 1,000 Robux for it, so no more. But we'll see what comes out of that.
Oh, but yeah. Another question from a Rostock person. Because as you know, some of the people in the Rostock server are definitely underaged. Pulse on. Can you find the vertex of the equation, parentheses x minus 2 times parentheses x plus 3 equals 0? I think they're scared that, their homework is not going to be finished.
Yeah, I think that that is the situation, but
Now, hear me out. I think it might just be 0 or 2, because 2 minus 2 equals 0. And anything times 0 automatically equals 0. So, I'm in Algebra 1, but, I have very limited knowledge of this of this equation right now. So, I'm gonna guess that it is 0. Yeah.
it was x plus 2.
Or no,
times
x minus 2 times x plus 3.
Yeah, we try to.
We're not mathematicians.
Yeah, we try to.
So, good luck on your math homework, Pulse on. I hope you finish it before the teacher comes around and collects it. Let's see if there has been any more. Whoa, a lot more questions. Caleb coming in with another question. Will Fuzzy0821 be allowed to race in SSRS Season 4?
Fuzzy was a he was one of those that was banned, obviously.
Yeah.
And he will I think he's pretty good, but unfortunately he will not be in the series.
Okay then.
Just too young.
Yeah. Thankfully I am nearly 14 now, so I have quite a nice little age gap. I guess, do you have any more questions to ask for the community?
I don't have anything really at the moment.
All right. No, but yeah, I guess thank you for coming on here and allowing us to interview you. Yeah.
Yeah, it really was a fun time. It's great to talk to you again.
Yeah.
And now, are you going to be able to make Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern?
I should be able to, so I guess this will be one of your first confirmed drivers for that series, I guess.
Yeah, it's really great to have JTR make a Season 4 return. It'll be technically your first time in D1. I guess
Yeah.
this is kind of I guess this is pretty much a D1, but um,
No, I'm a lot more confident now.
yeah.
Actually, because I don't know if you knew, but beforehand, when I was racing beforehand, I was using like a crummy old MacBook, but now I actually have a full-on gaming PC, so thankfully I have no more lag issues. So yeah.
Yeah, it's great to hear. Great to hear.
So yeah.
Well, I sent you an invite to the server. Don't
Great.
invite
Yeah.
anyone.
I won't. Don't
unless they
worry.
say. And yeah, you can join and you can go to the number pick channel and you can pick your numbers. First come, first serve. We already have one driver in the server. That would be Paddywick.
Okay.
He has selected number 9. So
Alrighty.
every other number is available.
Okay, well, thank you for the interview. So yeah.
Yes.
Was there anything else that you wanted to say or no?
There is nothing else that I really got.
Okay then. Well, thank you for joining us here. Yeah. Have a nice day.
Yep.
Bye-bye.